The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day after the market close. Tom takes your phone calls from 4 to 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time using the data available at that time.
Let's go to a Bill in Boca Raton. Hey, Bill, what's going on?
Not too much. Enjoying the warm weather in Florida just like you, except on the other coast.
Perfect, man. Perfect.
Yep.
Do you listen on the internet right now?
Yes.
Cool, man. Cool.
No, I enjoy that. That's in your Tiger TV and everything. I've been watching you for years, and you've really taken this whole programming to a level that's just phenomenal.
I appreciate it.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 2 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone had a great weekend, safe weekend. Let's make it a great week, folks. Let's take a look at one of our 4 agreements. Surrender and let go of the past. Whatever life takes away from you, let it go. When you surrender and let go of the past, you allow yourself to be fully in the moment. Letting go of the past means that you can enjoy the dream that's happening right here, right now. Love that card. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow up 32, NASDAQ up 2, S&P's up 2, gold contract down $5.40, trading at $1,611 an ounce. Silver up 23 cents at $28.91 an ounce. Platinum up 24 bucks at $1,426 an ounce. Copper down 2 pennies at $3.41 a pound. Light sweet crude flat at $101.37 a barrel. Bonds down 3 ticks at $142. King dollar down 33 ticks at $81.26. Euro's up 57, trading out at 127.74, and the yen is down 14 at 76.83. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Well, I know what's going on in your world. In the world of the S&Ps, let's take a look at them. What do you have? Sideways market, not backing off the highs. You're at 1280 right now. The 1292.66 wants to get tagged on the S&P, folks. We're going to, bottom line, we're going to see that baby get tagged. And, you know, the amount... Well, let's put it this way. You're building cars on a price point, but not on a volume point. It does want to basically get up and over this level, though. That's the short-term take. Dow Industrials. We take a look at the Dow. The Dow is over that level, has been over that level now for 6 trading days. The Dow wants to get into somewhere up into those July highs, which is the 12,600 to 12,700 level. The NASDAQ composite, we look at the composite. We have with the composite, she also won't back away. We did 1.7 billion versus 1.7 billion. Now, the composite, no doubt, you know, came up the rear in a big way last week. Excuse me, folks. Composite was the weakest index out there. Right now, we are at 2676. And when we're talking the highs up there, you're not talking much. You're only talking 90 bucks. Actually, $80. That will get you into the highs of that 2753 area. And I expect we will get up into that area. We go look at the small caps. What the small caps have done out here is this. She's hanging right at the highs also. She wants to go, the Russell 2000 wants to go tag the 769.46 number. Gold. Let's go over to the gold contract. We take a look at gold out here today. What we had with gold, she had a high out here of 1624. She had a low of 1605. Right now, she's trading at 1611. What gold does want to do, bottom line, is that she wants to get into and at least test that December 29th area. So that 29th area, the high of that is 1562. The low is 1523. We'll see how she comes into those lower levels. Bonds. We go to the bond market right now. We take a look at bonds. What we have with bonds out here. Currency. There she goes. Okay, so when you get bonds also are not backing off. I suspect, you know, we're at 142.31. It does want to get down to about 137. That is a tight consolidation, though, at highs, folks. When this bond market takes off, and that's when, you know, that will be after we hit 1292 and the S&P gets a little higher. I suspect it's going to be about 2 or 3 weeks from now. That's the way this seems to be setting up right now. Now, dollar index. Let's go look at the dollar index. And this is pretty wild because what is happening inside the dollar index, folks, is that, let me pull it up first. Okay, so currencies, where are you? Currency, there she is. Okay, so dollar index. What we've done in the dollar index is this. She is down 32 ticks. She's at 81.27. Now, she got back inside the 81.41 level, which she had to do in order to basically get down to about that 78 level. We did 16,000 contracts. Now, the 16,000 contracts, you know, even on Friday, there wasn't enough contracts out there. What you had to be banging out is about 30,000 contracts. So now what does it mean? It means that the correction back in the U.S. dollar is happening, in the dollar index in particular. So we'll see how she comes back into, first off, the 79.50 area. If we get an acceleration with volume, see how she's going to handle the 78 area. Now, what's absolutely wild, now that's on the technical basis. What is wild on the fundamental basis, so check this out. You know, I talk about the dollar bonds that are out there, folks, right? What has been happening is that other countries, DX, I got to find this for us again. Okay, so other countries have been pushing out dollar bonds. And the bottom line is that dollar bonds are a good deal for the U.S. dollar. They're not necessarily a great deal for the countries that are pushing the dollar bonds out. The reason being is that as the dollar gets stronger, what ends up happening? Well, what ends up happening, folks, is that they need U.S. dollars in order to basically pay the interest off on them and the principal off on them. Well, what you have out here, which is really amazing, I got to find the story again. Well, I know what the story says, but I'll get the story so I can get you some quotes off it. But bottom line is that Argentina, okay, Argentina's been having a real tough time, folks, okay? Well, for two different issues here. Argentina, huge commodity country that had a huge acceleration up. Last year, bottom line, spending too much money on other programs. Inflation's running. Well, the bottom line is that they have dollar bonds that are coming due, interest coming due in 2013. Well, check this out. Argentina, in the last 3 months, have bought more U.S. dollars than they've ever bought in their reserve, ever. Okay? Bottom line, that just came across the tape about 30 minutes ago. I'll find the story again. It's a big story, though. It's a big story because it's demand. Now, what also is going on, okay, is this, is that the correlation inside of that, meaning that they are out there in the market buying the dollars. Now the market is not as worried that they will pay the interest in U.S. dollars. The bottom line is that King Dollar is on the move, folks. And, you know, I suspect right now, yeah, it's going to back down a little bit, you know, build cause for the next move up. Yeah, that's the way that it's set up at this particular point. Alcoa just came across. Now, Alcoa always kicks it off. Let's see what they're saying. So the estimated loss was 3 cents, and it looks like they lost 3 cents. Big deal. The fourth quarter sales, the estimate was $5.7 billion. They say they did $5.99. Alcoa posts the first quarterly loss since 2009 after aluminum drops. Alcoa is just, it's so crazy that Alcoa, you know, kicks off the earnings, folks, because Alcoa is just one big dog. That's the bottom line. Alcoa closed at $9.42. Right now it's trading at $9.42. Taseko just come out with numbers. TGB, Taseko Mining closed at $2.80. Let's see what's happening out there. That's trading at $2.80. Taseko is a huge copper production company. So let's see what they're saying out here. They produced 22.3 million pounds of copper. They produced 388,000 pounds of moly. Their copper sales, 75% of their copper sales was... we'll pull the rest of this up. Okay, so... production was 22.3 million pounds of copper, 388 pounds of moly for its 75% mine. I see. They own 75% of this one mine. That was 15.4 million pounds. Let's see if we can find out what they're producing it at, which is absolutely crucial. Whoops. Okay, so no numbers yet. We need numbers. Interesting. It's going to take more than that. Bottom line is that it'll take a little bit more than that. Most times you get top line numbers there. There's not a top line number there. With Gold Corp did come across this morning with some numbers. Now this is really interesting with Gold Corp. So their fourth quarter production was 687,000. Something you want to wrap your head around here, though. Total 2001 output was 2.5 million ounces. The cash costs for 2011 are expected to be $220 an ounce on a byproduct basis of $530 on a co-product basis. Something you want to understand there, different companies, the only company, my understanding at this point, unless something has changed, the only company that actually takes into consideration, see how that says $530 an ounce on a co-product basis, that does not include recovery of the mine. And the only company that basically puts that into the numbers, and that's important, folks, because recovery of a mine can go anywhere from $100, $200, $300 an ounce, meaning you have to clean the mine up after the fact. Rangel Resources does put that number inside their financials. And when they say all-in cost, that all-in cost inside Rangel Resources has to do with they're putting cash beside. They don't come up with 500. They come up with, in fact, it's a higher number. But the bottom line is that they're saying that inside that cost, that means we clean it up also, versus a back-end deal that a company's saying, okay, it costs us 2, 3, 4, and then all of a sudden on the other side, there's nothing taken out, and it costs you another $400 or $500. Depending on when you're going to clean it up. That's the real key. Depending on when is the mine life over, and how much it costs to clean it up, and how you're going to clean it up. Most of these mine lives out here, folks, go from anywhere from 7 years to 10, 11 years. When they go longer than that, it's pretty unusual. Now they do go longer than that, but that's an unusual situation. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Some of the high volume stocks we had out here today, we had GE was up 21, you had Brocade up 35. Citigroup was up 15. Netflix got some action underneath it. That was up $11. Wells Fargo was up 36. You had Comcast up 53. We go to some of the Dow stocks out here. You had Big Blue was down 95. Google got a little smoked out here today with volume, by the way. Google was down $27. You're at $622.46. That does want to go down to $5.99. Apple couldn't hold the price either. Apple got to a price point today out there of $4.27, closed out at $4.21. We're going to be right back.